Hello and welcome to another FX Centrum daily market analysis. For today, I will go through our cross-asset list. I will cover coffee market, WTI, US 100, USD Japanese yen, pound dollar, gold market, euro dollar, US 30, dollar index, and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will do so by using our FX Centrum platform. So let's begin with the coffee market. I have a daily time frame here. So I will zoom in, and we had a breakout about 7 to 8 days ago. After the breakout of the 199, market went all the way to 232 mark. This was our second objective based on this short-term breakout. So first objective was 216, the secondary was 232, and as you can see, market basically had a reversal candle on Friday. The last weekend closed inside of the Bollinger Band. So this is a sign, this is a not particularly good sign for the upside continuation, but we can check, for example, hourly time frame, and we can see there was this gap, which we got to, we filled the gap basically at this point here. We still didn't see a breakout of the lower Bollinger Band, or because the lower Bollinger Band on the hourly is 210.65, and we have a hourly, based on the hourly time frame, we have a support also around 211, 210 mark. So for any bigger pullback, let's say to the middle Bollinger Band or previous swing highs towards, let's say, 200 mark, I would like to see that hourly, there is a chance for the hourly breakdown and then some kind of the shallow pullback, shallow rally. So this can be a good sign for the further downside movement. Because if that's not the case, then market can still trade upside and then try to attack this pin bar tail between the, I will say, 226 and 232 mark. But for now, just about to see, will this be just a pullback, or we have a down break below 210.75 and so, and that will be then a chance for 200 or 188 level to be on the test. But the important aspect here, we also can see the rate of change. There is some bear divergence, fresh flip up, fresh flip down on the stochastic oscillator. Here you can see the fast line is crossing a slow line. So there is a chance for the pullback, but still we don't have a confirmation yet. And this market had a strong expansion in the last 10 days. Now WTI, I alerted about divergences that we can see on the rate of change, and nothing really changed at this point. So we have now slow line sloping to the downside, going below the 80, fast line is sloping to the downside, and we have a support at 84.50. 84.50 will be a strong short-term support. The market can break that 84.50. There will be a chance for the downside movement, maybe even towards 81 mark, which is the lower Bollinger Band on the daily time frame. You can see here on Friday we had a test reject of 87.75, a pin bar, and now market is breaking that pin bar and that candle to the downside. We go to the hourly time frame. You can see here we had just test and reject to the lower Bollinger Band. Still one test reject here, but if we can retake that pin bar low and close below the lower Bollinger Band, so below that, it's at 84.50, and hold below, that will be a good chance for the downside movement on the daily time frame. So far, market just testing the support. Now we have US 100. We had this down break that happened on Friday. That was a clean down break. Market took like some time, like 4 or 5 hours to develop. Here market went way too fast, way too far. So it took time to correct, just in a 2 bars break, and then market reacted back. Here was a 1 candle break on the news, and then market went sideways, it corrected. But here you can see that market is taking time, and now we have a more consistency in this breakout. So there is a chance, you can see that this is what I like to see when the market starts to contract. You can see the Bollinger Bands are contracting. And from my view, if the market can retake lows from, let's say 18,000 mark or 17,890 mark, and there will be a chance for the bigger downside movement on the daily time frame. And the downside objective then will be set at 17,320. And we can also see that we'll have a 17,125. Like also some important pivot from the previous price action. You can see the slow line is sloping to the downside clearly. The fast line had just a correction in the last, let's say, 7 to 8 days. So we have a short-term downside trend and potential for the further, let's say, bigger drop. Now USDN is progressing very well, so that was the idea that I posted last week. The breakout of 152 and 152.50. Now market and USDN is trading at 153.85, so it's already like 180 pips from the breakout level and more than 100 pips from when I alerted about. And as you can see, it's just so strong environment to the upside that the fast and slow line are trading above the 80 mark. And you can see that how the Bollinger Bands are now expanding after the contraction, after the serious contraction at this point. So this was a very clean and textbook breakout that happened last week. On the hourly time frame, you can see here that market just retested support. Basically, we had a support around, this was a key support around 152.85. Found buyers below that, and then we are now broke 150. We see the breakout at 153.36. So the market just now grinding basically along alongside this upper Bollinger Band, and that's a very good sign. And short term, as I said, there is a potential for 155 and even 160 to be on the test on the USD Japanese yen. Pound dollar had a down break and downside objective. We almost reached downside objective at 1.2400. There was a down break below lower Bollinger Band, and you can see the very, very little reaction from buyers this morning. So this market is pretty much, with a strong downside momentum. You can see the clear consistency in the break. Like here, we have a break of a couple of candles and then sideways contraction, re-break, another sideways. So from my view, if you have another re-break of, let's say, 1.2425, there will be a chance for 1.2400 to be on the test. And let's find another downside objective. And then another downside objective is all the way down at 1.2200 mark, short-term speaking, on the British pound versus US dollar. Next market is gold market. We had a reversal. You can see here there was a pin bar, so the resistance at 2410, I alerted about that. This can be the key point upward. You can see that upper Bollinger Band, we had a reversal in the pin bar. The slow and fast line and sloping to the downside. We have lots of those bear divergences on the rate of change. So if we take a look at the hourly time frame, this is for me clean reversal. Market had the problems here to have a follow through to the downside, but here we have a clean downside move. And from my perspective, there will be at least chance for the retest of the 2317, 2320. In case of the bigger drop, there will be a chance for a retest of the 2280 mark or even 2270 mark. So far we don't have any bigger reaction after this reversal from on Friday. You can see that market, the volatility is expanding. So there will be a chance maybe after this correction or a pullback or maybe ABC. And around this area, 2372, we can see the downside movement. We have potential for the further drop. That will be basically just daily up, at least for a daily pullback towards this 2280. Maybe if there is a bigger downside movement, there will be 2221 can be in the play as well. Now we have a euro dollar, similar to the pound. We had a down break. I alerted about the big distance between the slow and fast line, big spread at that point. Something similar we had here. There was a biggest spread between the fast and slow line, and that resulted this whole upside swing that happened here, and then we have this downside swing. So we had a close below the lower Bollinger Band, and we have expanding environment on the daily time frame based on the Bollinger Bands. Here on the hourly, clean down break, hold, re-break, hold. So market can re-break 1.0622. There will be a potential for another downside movement, and we have the next downside objective short term at 1.0523 mark. So you can see here we have a lows on the daily time frame at that level. Now we have US30, a clean down break, and we had a rate of change divergence at this point. This is where all started and everything. You can see here that we have expansion, lower Bollinger Band sloping to the downside, slow and fast line is sloping to the downside, and the environment pretty much hourly had a consistency in the down break, just a now natural pullback and contraction of the Bollinger Band. So from my perspective, after the contraction and consolidation, if the market, there will be a chance for the downside continuation and the rebreak of 37,000, I will say 870 will be a good sign and good confirmation for the downside movement. The downside objective on US30 is set at 37,180 mark. And of course, dollar index is, as alerted last week, is really pretty much on the strong upside momentum. There was a strong rejection of the 103.90 and 104.20, the middle Bollinger Band last week. The Friday closed pretty strong near the high, and we actually broke this mini 105.82. So the next pivot really on the dollar index is all the way up at 106.81. And if market will go, if the dollar index will go towards 106.81, then you can assume the euro dollar will also continue lower, probably pound dollar. Gold can also do some bigger reaction to the downside, and so on and so forth. And we have a Bitcoin versus US dollar. So there was a test reject of the 61,000 mark. We have some pin bars the last 2 days. We have inside day. We can see that slowly Bollinger Bands are starting to expand, but let's take a look at the hourly time frame. Clean down break, and then just a consolidation. This is a very classic bear flag, and there was a sell-off towards that 60, let's say 61,000 mark. But after that, we have more like a contraction. The hourly is now doing the consolidation and now building some higher lows. So now we have more like a contraction that is happening on the hourly and the inside candle on the daily. So from my perspective, the rebreak of 61,000 and eventual rebreak of the 59,000 mark can be a strong sign for the further, let's say, bigger drop even towards 52,800 or 52,000 mark. If that's not the case, then there will be a chance for if we see the, for example, pullback, then the middle Bollinger Band at 67,500, 68,000 can serve like resistance. So far, this market isn't testing the support, and we will see at this point if we can have a rebreak. We have very strong confirmation for the downside movement. So that will be all for this FX Centrum daily market analysis. If you didn't visit our website, please do so, fxcentrum.com. You can explore, you can open an account in just a few minutes and enjoy like different promotions, 100% deposit bonus. You can explore FXCTV. You can see technical analysis every single day. We're covering most liquid markets, trading ideas, at least one per week trading idea. And you can also check our tutorials. There will be many more and many things in the future. So subscribe on our YouTube channel for the more analysis, and you want to always stay tuned with the market. So that'll be all for this video. Have a good trading day, and speak to you soon.